Hello everyone and welcome to BodyBags. I'll be your reviewer for today. I'm Lonnie from Tats. And in case you've been following the videos we've been doing this week, we're all reviewing a movie from the year 2011. And the movie that I decided to go with, of course I had to pick a tough one, didn't I? But one that's not easy to talk about, but you already know which one I'm going with by the title of the video. I am doing Megan is Missing. And this movie is, man, this is a tough one to talk about. The story is it's pretty simple, pretty easy to follow story. You have the story involves two girls, Megan Stewart and her friend Amy Herman. Sorry, I had to get the names off the back. But anyway, so there are two 14-year-old girls, and this movie, is basically, it's talking about, this movie is it's meant to be a very message-oriented movie, and the message in this movie is meant to be about, you know, almost kind of like a talk to your kids kind of a movie. Remember movies like, like back in the old days, movies like Reefer Madness and stuff like that, tell your children, that kind of thing. So the movie is, it's something like that. It's meant to kind of serve as like as a way to have an open dialogue with with your kids, especially, young, impressionable, underage girls, things like this, about, the dangers of social media and the dangers of, internet chat rooms and things like this, and what could potentially happen, and things that have happened, and true stories that we see, in real life, true stories that we hear about on the news, and things like this. The two main girls, you have Megan, who is basically, they're young girls. They're, going, they're in school. They're, going through things like peer pressure, things like this. They're trying to, discover themselves and things like this. Where you have Megan, who is kind of the outgoing party girl, sexually active, kind of irresponsible, naive, um, you know, worldly in a sense, but at the same time, very, like I said, naive and unaware of how the real world works. So, and so she's doing all these, sorry, she's doing all these irresponsible things, and she's, going to parties and things like this, and she's bringing her friend Amy along, and now Amy is kind of, even though the two of them are good friends, they're, personality wise, they're almost kind of polar opposites of each other. Where, like I said, Megan is the outgoing, sexually active, drug taking girl and stuff like this, where Amy is more the, focused on school, kind of good girl, not really the party type, um, studious, you know what I mean? More concerned about, like, going to school, getting good grades, things like this. She's that kind of girl, And so, the whole movie is usually, it's kind of a mix of like, like found footage and kind of like web chats and things like this, showing all different kinds of, different ways of social media, that kind of thing. Well, so you have like Megan, she's dragging Amy along to parties and things like this, and whereas you have, Amy is able to resist a lot of the peer pressure when it comes to things like, sex and drugs and things like this, where Megan is pretty much just giving into it, and just kind of going along with whatever, trying to be the popular girl and things like that. So at one point, Megan, is talking to Amy about how she met this guy Josh on, chat rooms and things like this, and that she's going to meet this guy, and everything she's saying is, it's so irresponsible in what she's doing and how she's doing it. And, so she's trying to explain to her, like, you need to be careful and all this kind of stuff. And but Megan is kind of like, oh man, come on, you only live once and all this kind of stuff. So Megan goes to meet this guy, and she ends up disappearing. So of course, Amy, being the friend that she is, and caring about her, she wants to try to find out what happened to Megan. Megan is missing, and so she starts trying to backtrack. She starts trying to find this guy Josh, and try to uncover what happened to Megan. And let's just say the ending is you're gonna feel like you really need a long, long shower after you get done watching this movie. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I honestly cannot say that I recommend this movie. Is it a terrible movie? No, but at the same time, here's the problem. If you watch this movie, you're gonna fall into kind of two camps about it. You're gonna have the one camp that is going to feel like, okay, the message of this movie, it's almost like, remember 4 years ago, remember the enduring classic Cuties that came out on Netflix? The movie that, the message of the film is all about sexualize how bad it is with social media and chat rooms and all this kind of stuff to sexualize children, but at the same time, and exploit children, underage girls, and things like this. But at the same time, the movie is doing exactly that. The movie is exploiting underage girls and things like that. It feels the same thing with this movie. Um, it's like you have it's like the movie is trying to make a point about the dangers of social media, chat rooms, things like this. But at the same time, the movie does feel very exploitative. There are horrible scenes, which but that's the thing. You're going to have the other group of people who are going to feel like, well, it's kind of necessary to have those scenes like this in the movie, because there are a lot of people, like, sure, you could tell some people, tell your kids that social media is bad, and it can, there are a lot of really bad influences on underage girls, especially underage girls and stuff like this. And you need to be aware of what your kids are doing and make sure that they're not getting in over their heads and all this kind of stuff. And the best thing to do is show them horrible examples, because sometimes you could tell people stuff, and just telling them it just isn't enough. You got to show it. You got to show examples. So you're gonna have that one group over there, but then you're gonna have the other group where it's like, I'm not stupid. I can guess how bad it can get. I don't need you to tell me this stuff. It's like, just, I don't need like these drawn out horrible sequences showing, character, these underage girls being abused or sexually assaulted or any of that kind of stuff. I don't need scenes like that. You could just tell me, I get the point. You don't have to show it. But then again, like I said, you're gonna have the other side where they're gonna be like, it's like, yeah, you could tell them, but sometimes just telling them isn't enough. Sometimes you gotta hit them over the head with it. Otherwise, they're not gonna get it. But like I said, I honestly just cannot sit here and say that I recommend this movie. I would say if you're going to watch it, it's not a pleasant movie to watch. It's not entertaining in any way. Just know what you're getting yourself into. Understand that this movie, it's in your face, it's rough, it's meant to be rough, and like I said, just know what you're getting yourself into. Know what you're in for. Um, and just know that it's not going to be pleasant. Um, like I said, I can't endorse this movie, but at the same time, I really can't condemn it either. Um, just like I said, just, do I feel this movie goes too far in some areas? Yes, I do. I do get it. Like I said, I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of just going in circles and rambling, but like I said, this is not an easy movie to discuss, you know. Um, but that's the thing. Like, I don't have children of my own, and I could imagine. I know, James has children. I know, Rob has children. So I can only imagine what it must be like for them, waking up, every day and going to bed every night worrying about, your kids and what's going to happen to them. You send them out into the world, just going to school and things like this. But so, but like I said, I mean, I get why this movie exists and it has the right to exist, but just like I said, just kind of know what you're getting yourself into. And this isn't going to be a pleasant movie. But I think that there are going to be people out there that watch this or are like, okay, it's disturbing, it's upsetting, it's meant to be that way. But some people might feel like it's trying too hard. Other people might feel like, well, yeah, it's like this movie. It says here, a powerful, important film that deserves both attention and discussion. There are going to be people out there that are going to feel that way. That's not necessarily saying, oh, they're going to be pervs and all that. Some may be, but I think that, like I said, you're going to have that two camps of people when it comes to a movie like this. Some people are going to feel like, it's going too far. Some people are going to feel like, you do need that. But I think that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep just going around in circles. It's time for me to end this because, like I said, I can't really endorse this movie, but at the same time, I really can't condemn it either. You know, but yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and end by saying that just understand what you're getting into. Understand this movie. It's not for entertainment purposes. It's not going to be. It's not a pleasant viewing experience. Like I said, just know what you're getting into. So sorry, I'm sorry. I feel like I just feel like I tackled a movie that I really was a little bit too tough. I should have tried for something else, but anyway. So that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the BodyBags channel. We have a different reviewer, one for every day of the week. I'm the Friday reviewer, and I'm blessed to be part of this group, and I love being here, and I'm glad that they enjoy having me here. So that's it. So take care, everybody. Have a good night. See you all later.